Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hi, so I'm just experimenting streaming to Instagram, adding Instagram to the stream as well. But I've just got it on my phone and I'm not sure it's going to work because it's in portrait mode and I'm doing it in landscape mode. But that's all right. We'll just have a play and I can just end it quickly in a minute. So if you're here on Instagram, this is just testing a feed to there. And I can maybe try something different next week and put it into portrait mode, but then I'm not sure how it works the rest. So anyway, always playing, always playing. Hi, Kylie, Colin, Denise, Karen, Tony. Hi, Tony. Hi, Sue. Who did I miss at the beginning? Nancy, Carleen, no live picture. Have you got a picture now? Cheryl, hello, Joe. Oh, watching. Okay, Tracy. Hello, Mum. Then, Kate, Susan, Kerry, Jane, Barbara. You're all here. Catherine, Yvonne, Sue, Kim Kilby. Are you new here? Have we had you before, Kim? Yeah, I have rugged up. It's a little bit chilly. Just a little bit chilly. Rugged up in short sleeves here. Hi, Lynn. Wanda, Chris, hello, Liz, Debbie, Barb, hi. Hi, Sylvia. Okay, gosh, I need to clean my glasses. A bit foggy. Hold on. So I'm thinking that maybe Instagram people can't comment here. I have a couple of times. Oh, sorry, Kim. I know your name, but I never know if I know it from here or somewhere else. Hi, Julie. Are you home again? Hi, Julie. Hi, Elizabeth. And the Instagram one's really fuzzy too. So, am I fuzzy to you? Yeah, nice and cold in Melbourne. Yes, I'm just happy that I'm not in Lyawini, so coldest place in Australia the last few nights. Yeah, it is cold. It's chilly. I don't know. Everyone I've spoken to says how cold it is, but the temperature actually is, still got up to 8 or 9, and not often down to 0. Although we've had a week of frosts. I just wonder if every year you get older, you feel colder. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's that. Kim's a Townsville girl. Oh, okay. Hello, Kim. So Jan and Lynn and Cheryl and everyone else up there. Hi, Judith. All right. So hi. Okay. So I can see I've got one person on Instagram. Not sure. CHMO356. Hello. I might switch the Instagram feed off shortly if it's not working because it's just a trial tonight to see if I can stream to there at the same time. Hi, Leona. Michelle, nearly missed me. No, I'm just getting started. -1. Where was that, Chris? Oh, -1 out there. Okay. Hi, Christine. Yeah, it's chilly, but it's winter, so that's what we expect. So we just rock up. But yeah, I am sitting here with my puffer jacket and everything else. My crochet blanket under the table. Yeah. So it's just unfortunate. The house is warm, but the front room where the studio is, doesn't have a heater and I don't preheat it. So I just have to grin and bear it for an hour and keep dry. Or I could always have a gin to warm me up. So our gin of the week this week is also from the Waverley Distillery over at Orford. So we had one a couple of weeks ago. Hi, Denise. And I got a set of 3 little ones to try. So we tried the rhubarb gin. This one is the sloe gin. Maybe if I switch over, you can see it there. Oh, that's a good idea, Yvonne. Hi, Anne. I heard why you came home early. What a shame that is. But hopefully they've got it fixed or they can fix it quite quickly. So this is the Sir James Sloe Gin. Let me read what it says. Sir James Agnew was one of Hobart's most prominent citizens in the second half of the 19th century. As president of the Tasmanian Racing Club, he took an active interest in horse racing. He was Premier of Tasmania from 1886 to 1887. That was a short reign. His existence in Tasmania coincided with the planting of the blackthorn bushes from which the sloes for this gin were picked. Sir James Agnew is the great-great-great-grandfather of the founders of Waverley. Well, there you go. Always needs a story. Hi, Diane. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so let's try it. These ones had this wax on it. It's really hard to get it open, remember? So I'm going to see how it goes. Oh no, it's just all breaking off. That's not going to make it easy, is it? Just see if I can crack it. Oh, got it, I think. There we are. All right, let's switch back to here. And we'll pour a tipple. Sloe gin for winter, I think is nicer in winter. I think if you remember, I said a few weeks ago I didn't think I liked sloe gin, and I tried it again and decided, okay, it's not too bad in winter anyway. So let's taste. Then showed us a glitter plick from the retreat. Didn't see if it was full of gin. Well, maybe not yet. Some nice brandy to warm the bones. Yep, I'm not a brandy drinker, so. And Liz Sullivan, fire an all-day electric blanket on, but I did do a little weeding. Well, yeah, that would warm you up. Hi, Laurel. Okay, so let's try it. Cheryl, I haven't shown you my pink sparkly gin that I found and took to retreat, but it actually wasn't my favourite, but we'll have a tasting of that next week. Cheers, Yvonne. Thank you. Actually, that's really quite okay. I have an event I'm going to tomorrow night that we're having mulled cider and mulled wine, so that will be nice for winter. Yeah, and it's also the Festival of Voices down here at the moment, so I might pop into a performance of something on Saturday night, just so that I feel like I've been to something. Okay, yep, that's nice. I quite like that. Even though I used to think I didn't like sloe gin. Clearly, I didn't know what I was talking about. All right, what have we got to show you? I'm going to show you. So I sent with blood orange tonic water. I don't like tonic, Julia, so I'll just have it with soda so I can taste the flavors of the gin. But this Waverley distillery, they actually had their own tonics as well, a rhubarb one, and they're really not like a tonic at all. So they were quite nice as well, and they had non-alcoholic ones too. Hi, Kim. Yeah, it's a bit chilly. It's a little bit chilly. So I sent out an email today, if you've got it, with a Mayope Road details. And after having someone fix the website all week and it was all going swell, like 2 minutes after I sent out the email, the websites went go slow again. So, but anyway, they were working. Hopefully you can still order your, there's been orders coming through, even if it's a bit slow, your Mayope Road, but the email went out today. And also on there for Adelaide people is the link for tickets opening for our Christmas event in December, and they'll be opening at 6 o'clock on Sunday night. That's my time. So for Adelaide people, it will be 5:30. And so there's a link in there, but I might even be able to just put the link here. Let me see. And if you go to it now, it will tell you that they're not open yet, but that's where the tickets will open on Sunday night. Okay. Right, what else have I got to show you? Show and tell. So I'm going to show you my progress on the Mayope Road, because I've been making a bit of progress. So that's one of the hexi panels, and there's 3 of those. I think I have finished 3 now. There's 2. Third one hasn't been pressed. It's out there but not pressed. And you can see these ones are like mirror of each other because they're going to go both at the ends of a row, and I wanted it mirrored. So I didn't color wash it like I did on the design. But yeah, it's as it comes. Oh, sorry, I went the wrong way. It'll be 6:30 on, if it's 6 o'clock my time. No, if it's 6 o'clock my time, it'll be 5:30 South Australian time. You're half an hour behind me. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be 5:30. Check at 5:30. If it's not open, go back at 6:30 and 6. There's limited spots, as you know. So that's those ones. And then I have done some flowers too, but I mustn't have brought those in. So I've done some of the flowers for the other blocks. And I have done, now I think I've maybe finished 3 or 4 rows. So that's one of them, not joined with the hexes yet, but I've done the stems now. So I've stitched the stems on that one. And on this one. Okay. And this one has no, this one I've just appliqued the leaves, so I need to now do the flowers by machine. I'll probably do that by machine. So that's a full row. And I'm sure there's another one finished. Yep, here's another one finished. So there's another little short one finished. So I'm getting there. It's flying along, flying along. Another one's glued up. And that would make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe only 3 more to glue up. They don't take too much once I glue them all down to come together. So yeah, it's been my nightly stitching. I went back and watched 3 seasons of Outlander, thinking that there was a new season, but I'd seen them all. So the story is, yes, there was a new season's moved to Netflix, but they actually come out first on Stan, I think, like a year ago. And I watched it there. So it wasn't a new season at all. But anyway, I'm up to date. I've rewatched 3 seasons while I've been stitching that so I could remember what was going on. Now, what else have we got to show you? Oh, we've got a new release Stitches Garden project. Hi, Leanne. Hi. So this is simply Seduction. So this is the latest Stitches Garden project that's now available to everyone. And it was, I used the diamond papers, 2-inch big diamond papers. So it came together really quickly. We needed a bit of a quicker project this time because the last 2 were fairly intense with a lot of stitching and then a lot of applique. So I've appliqued these down, but you could glue, like use the Mod EP method and glue them down. Just wondering when they're sending them out, sending the Stitches Garden, Julie, or sending the Mayope Road? Just confirm which one on that you're looking for. So yeah, I have appliqued them down, but you could glue them down with the permanent glue like we do for the Mod EP method and then quilt them down. I've seen a couple of finishes already where they've machine quilted them down instead. And then I've hand stitched just in between them, and it's actually an octagon shape, so not like a normal round tub bag. It's actually the shape of an octagon because the background has been strip piece, so stitch and flip strip piece along there. And so every 2 strips makes one side of an octagon. So that was something a little bit different. And then the little drawstring at the top. So that would fit a lot in it. You could put foam in it. I just put Helen or Parlan, so it's a bit floppy, and has made a version already beautifully with foam, and it's much more rigid and it's got much more support in it. But I just wanted a nice floppy drawstring bag like that. We did, in the end, they put foam on the base. So we include in the kits foam to put on the base, so it's a bit more solid. Hi, Mary. I'm wonderful, thank you. So that's simply Seduction. I'll just throw the link in for that. There we are. Okay. So that's a new one to show you. Do you need to see it a bit up closer? I'll go to the overhead so you can see it here a bit closer. Okay. So you can see here how it's strip piece, so stitch and flip strip piece, the background, and then the diamonds are appliqued on, or you could glue them and quilt them down like the Mod EP method. And then I've got just a little bit of hand quilting in between, but again, you can do that by machine as well. And we got that nifty method where we use 2 sizes for the straps, so you get a little bit of a paper at the sides, and just add drawstrings there. So nice handy bag. Okay, what else have we got? So Jo sent me with a few new things that have come in and a few old things. So, Mayope Road, Julie, I think they've cut the starts of kits and the papers are cut, so they should be shipping this week or early next week, the first month. Hi, Maxine. Hi, Shelley. Crochet project bag. It would be Michelle. It would be. Yeah, so I think Mayotte Road should be starting to ship any day. Any day. That's part one. So when you order it on the website, you're buying a subscription product, basically, like a block of the month. And then each month, a month thereafter, it will charge and we'll send out the next one. Okay, Joe just wanted me to tell you about our woolly pressing mats because we've got quite a few of these at the moment. And hi, Gwen. And so these are actually cottage garden ones. They're quite inexpensive. They're only $25. And they're a wool pressing mat, so they're a nice little tiny one. We actually got them specially cut to size for one of our projects, Pressing Matters, where it's actually sewn into a like a sewing folder that has a pressing mat on one side and all pockets and things on the other side. But they're also great just on their own. So I use one. You might have seen me use it here before. So that is the pressing cloth. It's 10.5 by 13.5 inches. So it's just a bit bigger than A4. And it's a lovely wool pressing mat, so good for your embroideries. So I'll pop that link in. What else have we got? We have got some new, okay, so we've had for quite some time the Bowl Cozy template sets. So that's how to quick and easy. There's 2 sizes in the pack. Very quick and easy to cut out for your bowl cozy. So that's like the microwave bowls that you made out of fabric, and you put your bowl inside it and pop it in the microwave to heat up your soup or your casserole, or for me it's my porridge in the morning. And that way when you take the bowl out of the microwave, you don't burn your hands, and also you can sit with it on your lap and you don't burn your lap. So they're really quick and simple. You might have seen them at markets. A lot of people make them at markets and sell them, but they're really easy to use, just from fabric out of your stash, really quick to make. So we've got the templates, and we've actually had the pre-cut batting. So it was quite hard to find 100% cotton batting with no scrim on it. And the reason you need that is because most batting, even if it's 100% cotton, had a scrim on it, which was polyester, and therefore is not as safe to put in the microwave because it can overheat and melt and catch fire. Can I still join for the quilt? Yes, Amelia, you can join anytime you like. Yeah, we'll just be shipping as they're ordered, if you mean Mayotte Road. Yeah. So we've got these pre-cut ones, and there's like, how many in the bag? 8 in there, so it makes 4 cozies. Oh, they must. Oh, yes, use 2 for each one. Or now our very own Victorian. We also had rolls of it. We managed to get rolls of it, and now our very own Victorian Textiles have come out with this steamer pack, which is basically 100% cotton batting without any scrim or additives that could be a fire risk. So it contains no scrim and additives, 100% cotton fibers, and it says do not use in the microwave without having food in it. Do not use in a convection oven. It's not fire retardant or flame proof. Okay, but it won't melt in the microwave. Yeah. So that is 110 centimeters by 80. So it's like over a meter by nearly a meter. So that would make quite a few bowl cozies. So that's new just in. And to show you the bowl cozies, we couldn't find my shop sample. Just couldn't find the one that's finished, but did find the one that's partially done so that you can see the step outs. So basically it's, if I switch to overhead, there's my thing here. Okay, so you have 2 square pieces of fabric, and you cut out the little nicks, or you can see in here you fold them into quarters. Okay, fold the square into quarters, and then you cut out those corners, which is the dart, and then when you sew the dart, it turns it into a bowl. And I've just pre-quilted while it was on there. So pre-quilted both pieces. That one's got straight lines. That one I've just done across, just so, because it's not fusible. So you just do a little bit of quilting and then do the darts. And then you would put them right sides together. sew around, leaving an opening around here, match up each of these darts, sew it around, leaving an opening, turn it through, and you end up with, well, you can imagine you'll end up with a bowl to sit your bowl in. So they're really quick and they're great gifts. So I use mine all the time. And I have to admit that mine just used a cotton poly one and it's never caught fire. But that was before we knew about having to have 100% cotton. I must have a weak microwave. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you that because it's winter and we're having lots of warmed up soup and casseroles and winter stews and all those nice things. Oh, Lynn, I'm just seeing over on Instagram here. So it's working okay on IG, even though it's portrait. That's good. Hello, everyone over there on Instagram. I just don't see your comments. So Instagram comments don't come up on my normal platform screen, that's all. So I'd have to have it separate on another screen so I can see them, which I just thought to look over. So there you go. It's working. All right. What else have we got to show you? Oh, these cool new little things. Okay, so these are Blade Saver thread cutters. Okay, and they come in pieces like this. I don't know about you, but when I changed my rotary blade, I think it's such a waste just to throw it out. So I've got a whole stack with a black cross on them put into old blade containers that I think I'm going to use when I'm cutting paper and things like that. So this might be worthwhile. So they just come like this and they're actually just joined by magnet. It took me a while to work that out. I was trying to unscrew it and everything, but it's just got a magnet that holds it together. And when it comes, it's inside like this. And then you've got this little bit here. Now, when it comes with this little tiny screwdriver, now I don't know how we're not going to lose that, except that I have poked it back in there and it's not falling out. So maybe that's where you keep it. So what you do is unscrew this little bit here. And take the top bit out. And then you pop all your spare blades in there. I suppose just one, but you could put several in there if you just want to store your spare blades. And you could have several at once. And then you put the top back on and screw it back together. Okay, and then you put this back together. And this just sits in there like I've done with this one. So there, and then you've got like 5 different spots that you can cut threads. Now pretend this is a thread, and you can just cut it on your blade. But if it was like an embroidery thread, or if you're cutting apart chain piecing, okay. Now, because they come from the US and the dollar's not great at the moment and the shipping's, doubled in price, they're not cheap. So you'd have to decide, hi, Robin, welcome. That's okay. You're probably packing. Hi, Maxine. They're not cheap. So you'd have to decide whether it's worthwhile. But anyway, they're on the website. We've only got a couple to try them. And I will, where are they? I'm sure I put them in here. I'll add that in. So I'm just putting the links in for the cozy bowls. And, oh no, I must have not ended up putting it in. I'll have to put that in later. But anyway, they'd be on the homepage as well because they're in new products. So yeah, it's cool. It's nifty. But as I said, it's a little investment, and whether you think it's worth it or not is up to you. But there's a few people saying they've got them and they're really great. So maybe it is worth it. Maybe it is worth it. All right. I will put that one back together, and I'll have to take this one apart later and put it back in its box because we've only got 2, and if 2 of you want it, then, well, I guess you could have the one with the blade in it. I'll shout you an old blade. There you go. That wouldn't matter either. And there. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's in there. If you can still store, oh yeah, you can still store your little screwdriver in there. Oops, that one has to go in there. So there you go. That can go in there. You can still store in there. Otherwise, if you lost it, it wouldn't matter because it's just, it's got, you could just use a knife as well because it's got a straight, or a little screwdriver. It's got a straight and a What's the name of the other screwdrivers? Do you know? The starry ones? That's terrible that I've forgotten what that's called. Just gone blank. It's all right. Have another sip. Okay, let's go back here. The next thing I've got to show you is the next Simply Charmed quilt. So Donna has kindly made this one for me, and I've quilted it, and I just have to bind it. So it's not bound yet, but I thought I'd show you anyway. Next week I might have it bound, and I'll show you that one. So this one is called Disappearing Charms because it actually is a disappearing 9 patch. And that's one of the colorways that will be offered. I think I've still got a month or so to go, haven't I? And that's was it a French? No, it's not a French General, but it's a motor. I can't think what it was now. Looks like a French General. Anyway, you'll find out if you're in the Simply Charm Club when that one's ready to release. If you're not in the Simply Charm Club and you'd like to be, then I will add the link in, but I will also let you know that we're actually finishing up the Simply Charm Club at the end of this year. So I know you've all loved them. The starry screwdriver. Phillips head. There you go. That's what it is. So if you subscribe, it'll only be for 2 mallets, and then we'll be finishing. Oh, it was the Riley Blake one. Okay, right. That's what it was. Okay. It looks very similar colours, and it works with the French General pinks and reds that we used with it. So yes, if you do subscribe now, then you'll only be getting 2 lots. But all the previous patterns from the last 2 years of Simply Charm, this is our 3rd year, are available as downloads. You just don't get it in the club. You got the pattern for free, and you just paid for the fabric. So now you can download those patterns and make your own, because I know so many people have used them, not just for their first initial quilt that they got in the club, but because they're such quick, efficient, simple, but pretty cool patterns. They're using them for gifts and things like that, doubling them in size if they need to. And yeah. Okay, so is there anything else I had here that I was meant to show you before I demo? Sometimes as soon as I turn off, I find other things that I'd put down out of my way. Isn't Bentley being a good boy? He's on his bed, and he hasn't even tried to chew something to get attention, probably because he's just taken his bed out in the lounge apart. And when I go back out there, I'm going to have to put it all back together. Lauren, make wonderful baby quilts. Yes, they do, because they're quick and they're a good size for babies, and they're good. Hi, Claire. Hello. One other thing that I forgot to put on the website today, but we have just got these fat quarter Devonstone solids fat quarter packs in. So they're called fat quarter stacks, 20 fat quarters, and they're a nice little collection of solids to add to your stash. They're sort of these ones are quite muted in colour, so I'm not sure if they've matched them to Tilda's, if that's the idea, or how they've come up with the collection. But it's 20 fat quarters, and I don't remember the price, so you won't, but it works out at a really good price. So I'll get those on the website, and we've got a few of those as well. Now, I did mention a couple of weeks ago, that we might soon, we've cleared out to fit the Tildas in, although we're probably not going to leave those there for much longer because they might all go in the Mayotte Road kits. But to fit the new Tildas in, all the old Tildas, apart from the basics, have been boxed up out in the shed. So we may do a Tilda fabric sale in a couple of weeks on a live. So if there's some vintage Tildas that you don't have and you'd like to add to your collection, then I might bring those on, and or we might do up some bundles. I'm not quite sure yet how we'll sell those. But for those of you who are new to Tilda and would like some vintage, some old ones, it's hard for me to let them go because, what if I might need them? But yes, I know I can be a bit of a hoarder. All right. So I had to come up with something to demo tonight. So I thought I'd demo some fussy cutting. This is a class that, hi Michelle, that I'll be teaching in Houston. Not this exact one, but similar to this, fussy cutting and EPP without iron-ons. So I thought I needed to make a few more samples. So I thought, well, why not do it on screen and have a little look at fussy cutting, which I haven't done for quite some time. So I thought we'd do that together. So I thought for a change, I do run in tildes, and I'm doing the in the round number 3, which is that same one I showed you, but you can see how different the original one was to the Chula one. And look how I love this, how, see, it looks like it's got curved edges on the center hexagon, but it's just because those little dots in the fussy cutting hit right on that corner, and it makes it look curved instead of straight. See, little fussy cutting, things like that, giving secondary patterns. Pretty cool. So this is one of our in the round patterns, which comes with all the papers to make one of the blocks. So I'm going to start with 6 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just realized I didn't even bring my iron in. Gosh, I knew there was something I'd missed. And if we're looking at this, so I'm going to start with, I'll find something for my center, and then I'm going to start with this first round here. So there's a hexagon in the center, and then there's these jewels around it, which is a hexagon with a triangle on top. And then they're jewels as well, going the opposite way. And then we would need some breathing space here and a contrast there probably. So I brought out some, to grab some tildes, and the way we can play with it is, say we're going to use this one, and I'm not sure how this is going to show up on the screen. It might not show up very well at all. Or I may have to change to a different camera. I probably should have checked this. Oh, and I didn't get my mirror. I've got one that still has its paper on it. How exciting that I got an email this week saying that we have now got fibre to the premises. Not even NBN to the premises, but fibre. So when I get around to ringing them and seeing how we go in updating that, we might have even faster internet than if we were to the node before. So I'm waiting on that. And then we might not have issues, although we haven't had issues for quite some time. Now you can't see a thing there, so that's not going to work. What if I put it on front camera? Okay. But I'm going to actually see if I can add another camera. I don't know if I can. Can I add another camera while I'm streaming? No. Can I change cameras while I'm streaming? Oops. See if that worked. Yep. So now I want to point it down to here. Let's see if this works. So can you see now in there with my mirror? I wonder if I can zoom on that. I can't. But can you see how in my mirror you can see the repeats? Now what I need to do is get the shape, and it's going to be like this. And then, so this is my previewer. The shape I'm using is the jewel, or the kite, which the jewel, and I've got a little previewer, so that blanks out everything else around it. Okay, so I pop that down, and then I put my mirror so that it is completely equal to the outside of that previewer. Okay, so can you see that? I'll come closer, come down more. You sort of get the idea. So as I move it around, it shows me how it's going to look in repeat. See, I might like it like that or like that. I could go in the middle there. I could go anywhere. I just keep moving it around until I find something that I like. And obviously I'm pointing it towards you, so I can't see what I like. But say I'm going to go like that. Does that look good? Maybe. And remembering I've got a hexagon in the middle, so it's not actually going to, it's only going to be the sides that are going to be matching up, not that other bit there. All right, so once I've got my spot that I like and I've got it exactly how I like it, what I do then is I just take, where did I put it? Somewhere. I use a whiteboard marker or an old OHB pen or something like that. And on this special Mylar template plastic, I just mark some registration lines. So I can mark that there. And maybe I can mark that there. Just enough so that I can exactly line it up once I'm ready to go. Okay. I might just mark that there as well so that I've got it centered properly. Maybe we'll go to overhead now. Okay, so I'd lined that up. Where did I line it up? There. And marked all my bits on the edges with my OHP pen. Then what I do is I turn it over and I can see enough through my fabric that I can reline that up. Where did I have it? Reline it up on the back where I had it. Okay, and once I've done that, I simply put my paper glue side down in there. If I had my iron with me, I would just hit that quickly with my iron and fuse it on, because this is a high template. It's Mylar. It will melt with too much heat, but a quick one and it will hold high heat. So I can just quickly fuse that down. Should I go and get my iron? Can you wait for me to get my iron? It's very close. I'll just get that. 2 secs. You stay there, Betty. Stay there. Okay, put that on. Don't have an ironing mat under here, but surely I've got one here somewhere. Ah, there it is. So I'm not ironing directly on my table. All right, so I'm going to line back up again. Where were we here? Get me nicely lined up. Remember where I was. Put my paper in there and then just give it a quick fuse. It's not hot yet, sorry. Just wait for it to get hot. Elevator music, sorry. I could have done that. Do you sell the templates, Helen? This is so much easier. The paper templates, yep, they're all on the website. And the mirrors are as well if you haven't got one. Okay, so once that's hot, quick press to fuse it. You can fuse it more afterwards, and then we're going to move to the next one. So now I need to find one that's going to give me enough seam allowance between the two. And it's not going to be a full quarter, but it's going to be enough. Because our templates are iron-on, you don't need a full 1/4 inch. Yeah, can I fit one here? I think so. Oh, it's going to be tight, but it might be a... You can be stingy or not. I'm going to be stingy and just have a small seam allowance. And I squeeze one here. No, I can't. That one's cut out already. That one's cut out already. I have to come back to here. The thing with fussy cutting is you do use a lot more fabric, remember, because you're going to have little holes everywhere. And there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Five. There must be one hiding somewhere here. Oops, I don't think that one fused. No, let's try that again. And can I fit one here? I think I can. I'm doing this quite quickly. You can be a bit more careful about making sure it's completely lined up. All right, and then I'll just give it a bit more of a fuse off the plastic so we don't melt the plastic. You can melt it, but a quick press, because it's mylar, you can get away with it. Right. Then I'm just going to cut around these. Now, you could just cut from the edge and, whoops, that needs a bit more press. Cut from the edge and cut all the way into it. Or I like to try and protect the scraps in between by this one on the edge. I'll just cut straight into it. Depends on your fabric as to how close the repeats are and how many holes you're going to have in it versus what you can use. So if I had a big bit in between that I could use, I would just sort of snip like this and then cut around it. Again, it depends how stingy you are with your fabric, how much you want to save to use up for little tiny bits. You know, if you're doing 1/4 inch hexies, all those little bits are usable. Are you still with me, Mum? You learning something? Going to be making this next week? So my sister's down at Mum's, so she's put it on the big TV on YouTube. So I know she's watching tonight. Every week I say hello, and then when I talk to her, she says, oh no, I forgot to watch it. And generally, because there's a football match, it's much more exciting. We won't mention the Crows, though. However, Geelong finally came back to the game last week from wherever they've been hiding. All right, so that's my 6. Then we're just going to quickly glue those so that I can show you how it looks. I don't even really know how it's going to look because I was facing you, so I don't know what it looked like. So I'll just quickly glue them up. Maybe we could do something like this in one of the Next Stitches garden projects. It is fun. except that Joe always says I can't do anything with fussy cutting because you can't cut the fabric for kits and have everyone be happy with what they get. Yes, go cats. I don't know where they went, Anne. They started so well and then they went on holiday. So maybe they're back. We'll see. Or I've decided that the other teams have just hooked on now and caught up to them. Maybe they started too early and the others are now caught up, or I don't know. Anyway, it was a good match. Oh, okay. Oops. Tracy, can you see the comments on the screen? On the TV screen? No fussy cutting. You see, Joe says I can't do fussy cutting in a project because, in a kit, because, yeah, it's too hard to cut. Well, we'd have to allow twice as much fabric. And then if you didn't get the same repeats as the original, then you probably wouldn't be happy. But it's all about encouraging you to use a piece of fabric, particularly something like this. It's quite symmetrical and there were so many options and the repeats are quite close together. So you do start to look at fabrics differently when you start doing a lot of fussy cutting. An assistant hen. Okay, so then when it goes together, if I've done it properly, which I clearly haven't done it very well there. All right, I can tell you why that's not matching up. Exactly. And if I'd had the mirror facing me, I could have got it right. Okay, but you see it gives that different look there. But if I zoom in, you'll see where I made a mistake there because I was doing it back to front. Okay, so see how these aren't matching there? Oh, hang on a minute. So see how those lines aren't matching there? That's because I didn't center it exactly on that repeat, and therefore I've had it a little bit twisted where I marked it. So I would do that facing myself and get that much more accurate. But if that was matching like that, then as you're sewing them together, if it's just a thread out, because you've got the soft papers, you would just ease that in as you're stitching it together and make sure those fussy cut lines are perfectly matching. So I might have to do that again. But with it facing me instead of upside down trying to face you, it's a bit tricky trying to do it on a demo. I need another camera on this side. But it's still, yeah, if I zoom out, like it still looks good, doesn't it? Let me zoom out again. It looks like it was, if I just put that on Instagram or something, you couldn't zoom in, you'd never know. But I can see that it's not perfect. But see how that makes that little design? So I will do that again for my final one at some stage for my next sample. And that one can just be a practice one, I guess. And on that piece of fabric, I could probably do it 10 different ways and get lots and lots of different repeating patterns around it. That's the beauty of EPP. If you've got a symmetrical fabric and you've got a symmetrical type block, then you can have a really nice time with fussy cutting. Just squint your eyes. Yeah, okay, and then it'll match up. I put my old glasses on, then maybe it'll match up. But I can see that it's not perfect. So I will do that again and get that right, and I'll show you when I've got it right. Might not be tonight because I've got other hexes to sew. Anyway, that's our little, and I've got a different camera on now than the good one, but that's okay. A little demo for tonight, and hopefully that taught you a thing or two about how I do my fussy cutting. So mirrors and previewers. So I'll put that link in for I'm sure I put there's the in the rounds, there's the previewers, there's the mirrors. Pressing mat. I'll put Mayo Road link back in for you if you're wanting to sign up now, and the Creating Memories. And yeah, they're all there for you if you've just joined in. catch it on replay. Hi, Kerry. Just going back for a few comments that I missed. Linda, I didn't see you before there. Rhonda, hello. Never made, just can't quite see that, anything using that method before. It's fun. It's fun, but you can use up a lot of fabric and have lots of holey fabric. Yeah. Oh, your screen froze, Barb. I don't think mine did. I think we're okay. Pandas. All right, I think that's all the comments. Yeah, it's fun to do. It's fun to do, and you can really have a good time with it and play lots. So anyway, we'd better, I missed what size of needle prefer for Hexies from 2 weeks ago. I use my Hugs and Kisses applique needle, Julia, which is a number 10 crewel. So it's not a milliner or a straw, which is a really fine one with a little tiny eye. It's about as fine, but it's much stronger and it's got a long eye, so it's easier to thread, but it's still nice and fine. So the Hugs and Kisses applique needle, or a crewel number 10 instead of a milliner, which is too hard to thread. Okay. There's just a message there from Shed Guy. To inform your viewers that May Oak Road block of the month is going off, they better get in quick, he reckons. Oh, he just wants to cut more. Clearly, he's too far ahead and thinks he's got himself sorted. We'll show him, yes. Okay. That's it from me tonight. Oh, no, we have to draw our prize. Okay, we have to draw our prize. So let's get, first of all, we're going to hide that, and we're going to hide that. And so it looks like I'm looking like this, doesn't it? Because I'm on a different camera. And are you coming down, Julia? Are you coming down to Tassie? Maybe. We need to get a winner. So let's get a winner. And it is Barb Page. Are you still here, Barb? Hello, Jane. We're just about to finish, but you can catch up on replay. Barb, are you still here? Oh, Catherine's over on Instagram. Yes, it was very difficult working backwards. Not my best effort, but anyway, you get the idea. Barb, are you still here? Barb Page. I don't know if she's still here though. Need to still be here to get your prize, Barb. Hang in to the end with me. Yes, you're here. Well done. Okay, good. Just drop Jo a message. If there's anything else you want, otherwise drop her a message with your address. And Barb's Townsville too. Barb's been down though. Yes, in the shop. Yep, so drop Jo a message. I think she's here, so she's got your name down now. But just, yeah, let her know your address and if there's anything else you were wanting at the same time. Okay, so that's it from me for tonight. Have a great week. Hopefully the website will behave, and we will talk to you all next week. If there's anything in particular you want demoed, there should be. I'm thinking there might be a new Sunshine and Lollipops out soon. Oh, one other thing, the Homes, the Quilters Companion Block of the Month trade wins. The magazine should have come out today for month 1, and I remember we've got the applique papers available for that, but you won't need those until the second instalment. But if you've signed up with a shop, ask them to order them in, or if you just want the papers, then you can order them from us. That's the applique papers for Kathy Doherty's Trade Wins Quilters Companion Block of the Month. And other than that, we'll keep cutting May Oak roads, or Shed Guy will. Okay, thanks everyone. Stay warm, and we'll see you all next week. Bye for now.